Oh yeah. Oh yeah, these two look exactly the same to me. Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to Mc80s Entertainment. I'm your host as always, Adam McGahee. Got some just really weird, just very odd entertainment news for you guys today. Honestly, this kind of stuff doesn't even surprise me anymore, but here we are. So anyway, there's a little bit of controversy right now surrounding the famed historical figure Harriet Tubman, one of the most prolific African Americans of all time, and the actress Julia Roberts. Now, to break things down a little bit more, you might be wondering, Adam, what do these two people have to do with each other? And I was questioning the exact same thing. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, there is a Harriet Tubman biopic movie that just came out. It's a more of a fictionalized version of her life. I believe it's called Harriet, and it's in theaters right now. For the younger fans who may be watching, and even for people who might need a brief refresher on who Harriet Tubman was, as I mentioned before, she is one of the most prolific African-American figures of all American history. She was responsible for saving dozens of enslaved African Americans during the times of slavery during the 1800s, and she would use what was called the Underground Railroad to help transport these captive slaves to freedom. She was a political activist, and she even served as a spy during the Union Army. I mean, this woman was absolutely incredible. Now, Harriet Tubman died back in 1913, but I'm glad that there's finally being a movie made about her life so that way younger audiences can be educated on her and what she did for American society. Now, I did say before that this movie is a little bit of a fictionalized, it's kind of more of like an action movie take on what she did. Now, mind you, there was a lot of action in her real life, but I mean, of course, they have to take the Hollywood route and stretch things and everything like that, and just make it a bit more Hollywood, of course, so it's not going to be entirely historically accurate. But I'm glad that someone like her has finally gotten a movie like this, so that way young and old audiences alike can just see what her dream and her vision was for America. Now, in this current movie that came out, Harriet Tubman is portrayed by African-American actress Cynthia Erivo. But come to find out, there was a Harriet Tubman movie that was supposed to come out back in the early 90s, back in 1994, come to find out. And according to a recent article written by ABC, there was actually a Hollywood executive that wanted actress Julia Roberts to play the famed historical figure Harriet Tubman. Honestly, I came across this article, I think it was on Facebook, and when I first saw it, I thought it was just fake news being spread about by one of those fake news sites that you see all the time. But then when I started seeing the reputable news sources like ABC and CBS and everything started putting it out, I was like, what? Now me, being of mixed race, being African American and Caucasian, this one had me scratching my head, honestly. Like, there's been some questionable casting choices that have happened in the past, or even things that have just been talked about for casting choices. But this one has to take the cake as one of the most bizarre casting choices of all time. Alright guys, I just had to pull this article up because I just had to read the exact quotes for you guys, just so you can all see how ridiculous this is. I pulled up the CBS variant of the article. So, Gregory Allen Howard, he was the screenwriter for the current Harriet Tubman film. And so he recently revealed in multiple interviews that Julia Roberts was suggested to play the lead role during a meeting with the studio president in 1994. This is in a direct quote from Howard, the screenwriter for the Harriet Tubman movie. He says, "The climate in Hollywood was very different back then. I was told by one studio head that he said in a meeting, 'This script is fantastic. Let's get Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman.' Then Howard said that a black person in the meeting said casting Roberts would be impossible because, for those of you who don't know, Julia Roberts is indeed a white woman. And the executive responded by saying, 'That was so long ago. No one will know about that.'" You can't make this stuff up. Now, kind of laughing at this and pointing just at it, because I mean, honestly, it's quite comical that someone would even have the gall, like a Hollywood executive would have the gall to think that it's okay for Julia Roberts to play one of the most powerful African American women of all American history, to play her that Julia Roberts can play her in a movie. I mean, that's That's just wild. What I find especially interesting about his comments is that this Hollywood executive said that it was so long ago that no one would remember it. I'd like to think that everyone remembers that. I mean, we learned that kind of stuff in elementary school, so I honestly don't know where his mindset was. I know that this was a while ago. I mean, back in 1994. I was born in 93, so I mean, I don't like to think of myself as that old. So so that doesn't feel like crazy long ago. And in this Hollywood executive's mind, I mean, he probably thought he was perfectly justified. I mean, hey, what's sacrificing someone's race got to do with selling millions of dollars in movie tickets, right? So I mean, 1994, Julia Roberts, she was a big hot movie actress. So yeah, forget that history, forget that skin color. I mean, we got Julia Roberts on the line. Now, I know that would not fly at all today. I mean, things have changed drastically from that time until now, but it's still it's still rather interesting and a little disturbing, honestly. But it just goes to show how important it is for us to know our history. I mean, honestly, if we just rely on things like movies or TV to feed us our history, I mean, it's not good. I mean, even this movie that came out about Harriet. I mean, if you're just relying on this movie to give you your full history on Harriet Tubman, I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, something like that should inspire you to want to find out more and get actual historic information on these characters and read actual history books and talk to historians. But, I mean, I'm glad that this did not happen. But it just, like I said, it goes to show that it's very important that we stay educated and feed ourselves the knowledge of who we are and where it is that we came from, and study the figures who helped make us who we are today. So yeah, that's my rant on this. It's over. I mean, it's just something that got unveiled. It didn't. The Julia Roberts Harriet Tubman movie didn't happen. We got an actual person who should be playing Harriet Tubman in this brand new movie. And from what I hear, the movie's very good. I mean, I do want to check it out when I get a chance. I haven't gotten a chance to go to the theaters and see it yet, but I definitely will. Like I said, it's just another layer to the very, very odd news. And it seems like we just get more and more odd news each and every single day. That's America, right? So yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on this whole pitched Julia Roberts Harriet Tubman movie? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. Be sure to let me know what you think, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you are really liking my content, it would really help the channel out if you hit that bell in the notification bar below, so that way you get all the latest notifications from Mc80s Entertainment. This has been Adam McGahey with Mc80s Entertainment. Thank you again for watching. God bless. And I will see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.